Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Good morning and welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray here on ESPN 790 in Memphis. And we're also on 95.3 in Brownsville, along with 101.5 out of Jackson, Tennessee. And it's been a great Saturday morning. And our next guest, everybody's heard him on this show several times before. He's one of our favorite BASS elite professional fishermen, a Strike King tackle warehouse lose Skeeter Yamaha pro, Mark Menendez. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Ron. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing wonderful. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood for Saturday morning.
You're doing great,
Well,
Ron, over there.
what.
Did you know that Mark's the only one we pay to be on the show? Did you know that? Huh? You haven't heard that before?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not this one,
I'm
Mark.
going to stand by that mailbox in the rain and wait on that, Larry.
Well, it's coming from the other Mark Copley, so just where it's coming from. So maybe.
The other part.
Yeah, the other Mark.
you.
You just marked the spot. Hey, you're one of our favorite guys. Appreciate you taking time to be with us on this Saturday morning, and we talk a little bit fishing, hunting, whatever it might be. We're into September now, and I wanted to get Mark on to talk a little bit from the knowledgeable side, so that Wong can interpret what Mark says, and I'll ask him, or maybe John Gordon would like to say something every once in a while. He is one of the co-hosts, So
well, just the fishing dominated shows, Larry. You're hard for me, I don't know.
No, you're all right.
You
what
like
do you
to
got in the
fish,
plastic
too.
bag there? You got some,
I do.
Got some
I'm ready to
fish.
go.
And by the way, Mark, I brought into John today at the show this morning some new 3.25 swimmers. I know that's one of your favorite baits now. And
There you go.
Brought him some 3.75s too.
Yeah,
And
he's eating on one
it's
of them.
that time of the year.
Good stuff.
Yeah, talk about that.
It really is. And, right now, fishing is always historically very slow in the Mid-South in the month of September.
Yes, it is.
So we've got to put some things in our favor. And it's a time of the year that I put away slow bottom moving big worms and Strike King football jigs and things like that. And I put that motor guide trolling motor on high and I cover water. And the Rage Swimmer is a great way to do that. That little 3.25 and the 2.75, that little bitty one, I'll put on a jig head and I will cast and retrieve it like crazy. I make fishing simple again. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to get it around cover, move it down the bank, and then the one good thing about September is what we're experiencing right now is this tropical depression Gordon moves through the Mid-South, is you've got overcast skies. So the September fish, if you have one of these weather events like this, they get ultra. Now, Larry Ray, I'm talking about not getting any water over your ankle shallow.
Really?
They'll get so shallow that you cannot believe how shallow they will get when we have these big weather events where we have overcast for 3, 4, 5, 6 days at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I like to do, and that swimmer is a great way on a light head, out on gravel rocky points, in the wind for big smallmouth. It catches big ones even though it's a little bitty bait.
Well, John Gordon, I gave him a pen to take down notes here, but he was he didn't accept my pen. He has one of the Squadron swim bait jig head.
White.
Is that not
in
cool?
white.
1/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce.
This is a 1/4 ounce right here, and it's highly decorated. And of course, I'm the one that named it. I'm a friend of a squadron leader, so that's how. No, I'm sure I didn't. But hey, we're talking to Mark Menendez, a member of the $1 Million Club. That just sounds so cool, doesn't it? It'll be.
It really does.
I mean, you really. That means a lot to you. I can remember when you were really searching for that thing, and to be there's not that many. You'd be surprised that there's not that many $1 Million Club members. And our hats off to you, Mark, for your career, the obstacles that you've overcome, the 2 years away from the sport, and just being the gentleman and the communicator that you are for you young folks out there that listen to this show, you want to be a fisherman. You can be the world's greatest fisherman, but if you can't communicate and you can't handle yourself in public and go through adversity, whatever it might be, you need to follow Mark Menendez's career.
Hey, and talking about following Mark,
Yeah,
you now have a YouTube channel.
Yes, he does. He does.
That people can subscribe to and listen to you. Tell our listeners about how to do that.
Yeah.
And what it's all about.
Well, it's a pretty simple deal. It's called Mark Menendez Bass TV, Bass TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have a television show now here in Western Kentucky, a regional show.
Right.
And what it's about is teaching. It's about promoting the sport and teaching the anglers why I do certain things with lures. I'm teaching them how to become better bass fishermen. And on the YouTube channel, I think there's 50 or 60 videos there, and it's all information-based to help you get one more bite. And that's what our television show mission is to teach people. It's not me fishing against Wong or me fishing against KVD or whatever. It's not a competition. There's plenty of those. It's getting back to our good old friend Bill Dance's way of doing things
That's
and
right.
making us a better fisherman. We've gotten away from that, and that was one of the goals, Larry. I went to Bassmaster Tournament Trail with was to when my name was mentioned.
Yeah.
That somebody said, that guy knows what he's talking about.
Yes.
And I appreciate the thoughts and the accolades on that. But that was my mission, was to make other people better anglers.
And, talking about making people better anglers, Mark, it's a fall time of the year. We're going into the fall time of the year. Tell our listeners a little bit about what you would be doing to catch fish.
Well, the race swimmer would be one. The other thing I would have a sexy dog topwater bait.
Oh, I got a sexy dog. Ron. It's just not a bait.
I would. That dachshund probably is a good
that's
dog.
right. Oh, come on. All right, keep going.
But I would cheat with that bait. I would put one of Wally Marshall's crappie jigs behind it at about 15 inches.
Yeah.
Really?
And while that sexy dog is walking, that little small bait's underneath there walking too. And that gives you a chance for 2 for 1. Yeah. I won my first OB. It was a red man tournament back in the day.
Oh, my, yeah.
Using a walking bait and putting a little crappie jig behind it, and I caught them 2 at a time all day long and walked off and won that tournament when I was still a freshman in college. So that's something I've done for a long time.
Great tip.
You need to be writing this down, John Gordon. I'm telling you. I mean,
I've got a mind like a steel trap, Larry. That's the deal. So I don't really need to
Nothing
do
gets
your
in
mind
and
is
nothing
trapped in that steel trap. There's no
the
way out.
The other thing you got to have tied on, Larry, is you got to have a spinner bait.
Oh, yeah.
And I really like that burner spinner bait that we make with those small razor blades on there.
Uh-huh.
And I fish really fast under the water, and the smallmouth can't stand it. It's the best biting fishing. When a spinner bait's coming back at you with a loose 8-3-1 reel, hyper mag reel in that back, and that smallmouth's going Mach 2 the opposite direction. That is fishing in my book.
Man, you got me fired up right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking football thing. Yeah, I'm thinking about fishing. And again, we're talking to Mark Menendez, and we might say early happy birthday, Mark. It's coming up again.
Oh, well, geez. Thank you, Larry. You just made me another year older.
Well, for you folks out there that do follow Mark's career, that YouTube thing is pretty cool. And Ron had pointed that out. It's always good to Google things, and there's a lot to Google on Mark Menendez.
Absolutely.
But that talking and those videos are so important to folks, and your career is part of that, and being part of the Strike King family. We've talked about that before. It's special there, and I know you guys are probably going to get together here in a month or so, or something. You usually do, and
we are.
And
we are. We're going to have a big media event with all the Strike King pros, the Lose gangs coming in, and Strike Kings coming in, and it's a fun time. There's a lot of work that gets done. There's a lot of information that's being passed. But here's one thing I want to add, Larry, that's kind of off the subject, and it's this carp problem that we have. I want everybody to go to a Facebook site called thewaroncarp.com.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I've got that.
WarOnCarp.com.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And we're having an event this Saturday
Okay.
that is the first ever. It is a bow fishing event in which the participants, every participant, for every pound of fish, there is being a bounty offered.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
Everybody
Cool.
that brings in an Asian carp, they're going to get $0.10 a pound. And this is the first event of its making, and it's just a fun event. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. I'm very active with Judge Wade White in this.
Yes.
Because this,
Yeah.
I live at the epicenter of this now.
You
where
sure
it's
do.
really having a problem on Kentucky Lake and Barkley Lakes. The Kentucky Lake, Tennessee, and the Cumberland Rivers are where I grew up, and I want more generations to be able to experience fishing like I did. But this event is the first bounty that's ever been paid for harvesting some of these invasive invaders that we have in our lakes right now.
And this
But
is
the
going to
war
be.
on carp,
It's at Kentucky Lake. Where's it going to be based? Because this is Saturday morning.
actually
Some people. It's going on today. Then, right? It's Saturday morning.
It's going on today. We are going to have other events. It's actually at Catawba Harbor
Okay.
on Barkley Lake.
Okay.
That's where Judge White, he's the judge executive of Lyon County. So
This
it's being
is
hosted
wonderful.
there.
Yeah, this we got to fight this.
So
I wish we
need
had
to-
more time.
Yeah, we need to encourage
let's
people to
see-
get out on that
Yeah,
Facebook
let's
page.
get back with you, Mark, in a couple of weeks if we don't mind, and
Absolutely.
talk more about this because everybody knows my heart. Well, we got a battle here, and this battle's got to be
We do.
won.
And we appreciate
yeah.
your leadership.
Thank you, Mark, everybody, and we'll stay in touch. And just look up Mark Menendez, and you'll see him, and probably see Ron Wong chasing after him. So
That's
That
right.
sounds great.
all right, thank you,
Well, I'll
buddy.
tell you what.
Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. And
Well-
I still didn't hear you sing Happy Birthday, Larry.
Well, you kind of jumped me there for a while there. Now, you want me to tell everybody how old you are? I can do that too. You're just a pup.
Old enough to know better.
That's
Old
right.
enough to know
Well,
better.
let's see. When I'm 75. When you get to be 75, I'll be 100. And no, that's all right. No, we won't figure that one out. So, all right, Mark. See you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Let's take a break. Come back. One final segment. We're going to the Tennessee Aquarium in Chattanooga. I bet you don't know where this aquarium ranks among the world's aquariums. Well, you're going to
I'm
be.
not sure, but it is one.
You're
awesome
going to be
aquarium.
surprised where the Tennessee Aquarium ranks.
Really?
We'll be right back.